I firmly believe, Nick the Tutor, that all students can improve. So when someone tells you, oh, you're not cut out for this, you're not a good test taker, you have to just ignore it, right? You are. You can be. If you're not now, that's fine. You can be. And that's the truth. What's going on YouTube? I'm Nick the Tutor, and this channel is dedicated to improving your SAT, ACT, and AP scores. Today, we have an amazing video for you. We will be talking about getting an 800 on SAT math. We're going to talk about how to do it, how to get it done, why you would want to get it done, and how to get it done. So let's just get into it. So first thing is, why would you want to do that, right? Why would you want an 800 in SAT math? Well, the reason you would want an 800 in particular is that it can compensate for maybe a lower score on the other section, right? So if you're struggling in the 600s on the other section, but you're really strong in math, shoot for that 800, bring the score up over 1400, and you can have a very respectable, in fact, very great SAT score. So that's really the motivation. I mean, look, if you go for an 800, you end up with a 780 or 790 or something like that. I mean, that's amazing, right? That's incredible, and that is acceptable as well. What we're trying to talk about today is how to get there. The other benefit is that this will indicate that you are a very strong math student, not just pretty good, but extremely strong, right? If you could score over 750, you're really going to impress colleges. Say you're trying to go into engineering or finance, right? That could be very impressive and could be part of a larger holistic application that can really show your skills. So there's a lot of benefit there. The first thing you have to do to achieve an 800 is probably the most important, and you need to have a positive mindset. You need to believe, I can do it. I actually scored a 790 on my SAT math back in the day, and I had scored 800s plenty of times. I believed firmly I will score over, say, 770 on the SAT math. I just knew it, right? A lot of people will tell you you're crazy when you say, oh, I'm trying to score an 800 or I'm trying to score over 1500, right? And there's a lot of haters out there. And shout out to all the haters, because you gotta use the haters as motivation. Haters are motivators. You cannot let the hate get to you, right? So you gotta have that positive attitude. Even if I'm far off, I'm gonna do my best to get there. And if you fall short, guess what? No one's gonna complain about a 750, right? So you have to have a positive attitude. It's so essential to SAT prep. I firmly believe, Nick the Tutor, that all students can improve. So when someone tells you, oh, you're not cut out for this, you're not a good test taker, you have to just ignore it, right? You are. You can be. If you're not now, that's fine. You can be. And that's the truth. All right. So look, we've gotten past step number one, right? You have to have a positive mindset. You have to believe in yourself. Now we're moving to step two, right? We have to learn the material. So how do we do that? Well, the biggest thing you need to do to score an 800 or close to it on the SAT is you have to understand your weaknesses. You have to understand the enemy. You have to understand the test, right? So those are two really important things, right? Understand the test and understand your weaknesses. How do you find out where you're weak? Well, you should take a diagnostic test. I talk about diagnostic tests all the time. We give them on Zoom with my company. You can take one any weekend with us and we'd be happy to have you. But the big point is you have to break down your performance. And what I tell students who want to score 800s is very simple, right? Here's an amazing strategy. Write this down. Take out a notebook, right? Anytime you get a question wrong on a practice SAT problem, write the question in the notebook. Write the test it came from, write the section that it came from, write the question number, and write the topic, the subject area. As you build this list, you will see patterns in the mistakes that you're making. This is how you can do this on your own without the help of Nick the Tutor or somebody else, right? Write down this list, develop the list, and then you can go back to the list later on. So you make the list, you write down all the questions that you're getting wrong. A month later, 2 months later, you go back to those questions. You revisit them. You could print out a blank version of the test. You could just go back to the booklet that you had and try to redo the problem. If you cannot redo the problem, you don't know how to do it. If you can redo the problem and get it correct, then you've improved your score. You've just certifiably improved your performance on the test. So really important to do that, and a very important strategy that can really, really help. The next thing I have to mention about understanding your weaknesses, right? When you're going through this process, you must take out time to time yourself, right? You can't just do questions in a vacuum. You must time yourself, you must do the test within the time, and you must also practice bubbling and filling in the answer sheet. You need to make the test conditions as real as possible, and that will help you get your highest score, trust me. All right, so next thing you have to do to score an 800, you must practice, and you must practice a lot. Now, what do I mean? You must do pretty much every SAT question in existence. And I don't mean every single question that they've ever created. I don't mean every test they've ever created, but I mean every question type, right? You don't want any surprises when you go in there to take the SAT. You want to get an 800, right? Surprises are bad on standardized tests. You want to know exactly what to expect. You want to say, I've seen these questions before. I understand this. I know what I'm doing. If you hit one or two questions where you're like, well, I'm not so so sure, like that's probably fine. If it's like 10 questions, then there's no chance you're getting an 800, right? That's basically impossible because you can only get 1 or 2 questions wrong to foreseeably get an 800. Now, so you're still shooting for high 700s. That's probably more okay, but if you want an 800, you need to know how to do every single question. The next thing you have to do, guys, is you really need to make sure to be ruthless. And what I mean by that is you can't just say, oh, well, like I didn't get that one, right? You have to be obsessive, right? You have to say, I need to understand this in order to get the highest score possible. I'm going to sit here until I get it. And that kind of dedication and determination will help you get in the high 700s, if not an 800, because you're leaving no stone unturned and you're not giving up, right? And you must never give up in life. Just don't give up. The next thing, guys, is relates to the last point, but you need to understand the content that's on the exam. One of the things that students miss out on is they don't realize that, your teacher may have not covered everything on the SAT. And a lot of students are shocked by that. They're like, wait, hold on, like this test has stuff on it that my teacher didn't tell me about? How is that fair? And, every teacher is different. Every school district is different. States have different, types of curriculum for math. I mean, it's just totally, there's no standardization of that. So you as a student have to realize these are the topics on the exam and I need to make sure that I know them. And there's probably numerous topics. If you went through all the topics where you're like, I've never learned this before. And to score an 800, you're gonna have to sit there and learn it. You could use Khan Academy, you could use tutors, you could use classes, you could use materials, books, whatever the case may be, but you have to sit there and learn it. So greatly helpful advice. Now, my next point, which relates to that point as well, is you have to focus some of your time on the very uncommon subject areas. Now, look, most of the SAT math is going to be algebra based. If you have algebra down and algebra 2 down, you probably could score in the high 6, low 700s, but there are a few topics and a few rare topics that will come up from time to time, or just some things even within algebra, coordinate geometry or something like that, that you may have not focused on. Like one thing that comes to mind is the vertex form of a parabola. A lot of you are probably like, I know exactly what that is. Many students that I've met with and that we've taught over the years are unaware that that formula exists. They just don't know how to apply it. That will result in a lost question or two here or there, and that will result in no more 800, right? So you need to focus some of your time on these smaller topics because they will really dictate the difference between a 700 and an 800. All right, guys, my next point, you can't make careless errors. And this is probably the hardest one to correct, right? You can't flip signs, you can't make arithmetic mistakes, you can't misread a question, because if you do that one time here, one time there, one time there, guess what? That adds up to 4 or 5 questions wrong. And then guess what? You only have a 750 instead of an 800, even if you got all of the other questions correct. So that is tough, right? And how to improve on that? You need to double read the question stems, right? So make sure when you're doing a question, you reread the stem. The stem is the last sentence, right? If you reread the last sentence, you will be able to make sure that you're putting down the right answer. At least you're on the right track. Now, how do we prevent arithmetic mistakes? Well, practice is one. Taking your time, making sure you're not rushing, and making sure to allocate your time correctly during the test can really help. Do I recommend double checking everything? No, that's a little bit excessive. That might cause other problems, but occasionally double checking when you feel like you may be prone to a mistake, that's a self-awareness thing that can really help. So being self-aware helps a lot with careless errors, and also, like I said, practice. All right, my next one, and I think one of the things that a lot of students miss out on is there is a formula sheet, right? So like, okay, I familiarize myself with the formula sheet. That's how I know all these formulas. Wrong, right? You need to memorize all of the formulas necessary for the exam, every single one, and that's beyond the formula sheet they give you. There's many more. We have those for download on our website, in our materials, books, and courses and stuff. You need to memorize every single formula so that you have no issue like, oh, I can't remember this. Just that little issue could really throw you off, right? It could really hurt your mentality on the exam, the positive vibes that you have going on. That can be damaging. Like, oh, I know this, but I just can't get it, right? That's a bad feeling and we don't want that. So memorize all the formulas. Lastly, I would say, guys, you need to have a strategy, right? Not everyone is going to know how to answer every single math question the formal math way. If you can navigate around certain questions, get easy answers, plugging in, back solving, logic to eliminate certain answer choices, that's how you go from that 740, 730 to the 800. You figure out a way to get it done because you believe in yourself. And that's where something like a strategy course or a strategy book or tutoring or whatever the case may be can come into play. Check the link below for the strategy course if you like what I'm saying here. This video is just a teaser basically of what the course will be. You will have 5 hours of this, right? So strategy, and we're actually going to have just the math part available as well. So check that out. Have any of you guys achieved an 800 on the test or close to it? What did you do? How did you study? Let me know below. Comment below. Let me know if you think these strategies are good or not. And I'll get back to you guys soon with another 800 video. Check you soon. Peace.